morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me. This is the honor of my third time speaking. I'm here, so I hope that each time I get better. While we're waiting for the projection to turn on, let me tell you a story. So several years ago, I was feeling depressed to the point that I found myself silently praying to the Divine Mother, please take me away. I don't want to live anymore. I was shocked. I wouldn't even take my life. It was shocking because I had never been depressed before. Not when grown up with a lot of trauma and abuse, not even when I endured 8 years of an abusive relationship with my first husband. This was for the first time in my life, I knew what it felt like to be depressed, and it sucked.
Yes.
There was this heavy energy. Thank you, Juana. There was this heavy energy that just seemed to just suck the joy out of life. That made it hard getting up in the morning. But there's one thing got me up in the morning and kept me going. So one of my heroes, Dr. Milton Erickson, those who study NLP and hypnosis, heard of him, well, study him. He was a medical doctor, a psychiatrist, and one of the greatest hypnotherapists in history. At the age of 17, he caught polio and he became paralyzed. He was very sick. His condition was not hopeful. A local doctor was called in to check on him, and the doctor told his mother, your son will not live to see the sunrise tomorrow. But there's one thing kept him alive. And would you like to know what this one thing is?
Yes.
Good. If you get a reason to live, you're absolutely correct. So today, I'm going to talk about the extraordinary power of having a reason to live. At the end of the talk, I will guide us on a guided meditation to connect to your own reason to live. Does that sound like a good plan for today? Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll turn you into a believer afterward.
All right. I like that.
So raise your hand and keep your hand raised if you already have a reason to live. Oh, fantastic. Now raise your hand if you think, keep your hand raised. Keep it raised. Raise your hand if you think you need a reason to live because you don't already have one. All right. So I'm talking to the right group of people here.
Yeah.
It is my hope that you will walk away from this talk with a renewed motivation and courage to overcome whatever may be challenging you and to thrive in your life. And also that you will find a reason to live or strengthen the one you already have. So let's start with the meaning of a reason to live. So according to experts, a reason to live is a deeply personal and subjective concept that refers to a motivating and meaningful purpose or driving force that gives an individual's life significance, direction, and value. It is a fundamental belief, passion, or commitment that inspires someone to inspire someone to continue living and striving for their goals, even in the face of adversity and challenges. A reason to live can be deeply personal and emotional, such as love for family, a strong sense of responsibility, or a passion for a particular cause or belief. Oops. Let's go back. There we go. It is often a driving force behind your choices and actions in life. And it can sometimes be referred to as a sense of purpose, a mission, a commitment, a promise, a vision, or a goal. So isn't that a powerful meaning? Mm-hmm. But why is it important and who cares? I mean, this is not anything new. You guys know this. And here are why it's important. So who's read Viktor Frankl's, all right, A Man's Search for Meaning? It's supposed to be on the list of the top 10 most influential book I read somewhere. It's a classic and I highly recommend it. So as those who read, as you know about Viktor Frankl, he was a survivor of the Holocaust. Mm-hmm. He was put in a concentration camp and endured the worst human condition and treatment. While many prisoners around him were either killed or they died from the horrible conditions, Frankl kept himself alive because he had two reasons to live. The first one is that he loved his wife deeply and wanted to live to see her again. They were separated and put in separate camps, even though he did not know that she was already dead in the other camp. His second reason was he wanted to publish the manuscript that he had written prior to being in prison. And he was just about to publish it. These two strong reasons to live kept Frankl fighting to survive, even when the conditions were unlivable and the morale was terribly depressing. And who's watched the series, the Netflix docu-series, Live to 100?
Yes.
All right. Yes, it was shown here on the Friday night series, and Corinne even talked about some of the findings, so many of you are familiar with it. It's also a great watch. Yeah. So it's a study of people who live to 100 or more years in the 5 blue zones around the world. And they found that a reason to live, which they call it a sense of purpose, is one of the 9 key factors why people in the blue zone live long and healthy. Mm-hmm. Yep. So in her book, Radical Remission, Surviving Cancer Against All Odds, Dr. Kelly Turner, she interviewed many cancer survivors who survived after Western medicine had failed them or who didn't even use Western medicine at all. She wanted to know, how did you survive? What made you survive? She found 75 factors that people told them will help them to survive. She condensed them down to the top 9 most recurring ones. And guess what's on that top 9 list? Yes, a reason to live. Reason to live. Whoever has a reason to live will almost always find how. Friedrich Nietzsche. So far we've been talking about surviving death. Is that all that there is to have a reason to live? A reason to live goes beyond survival. And this is the exciting thing about having a reason to live. In hard times, it pushes you through, helps you to survive. In good times, it prevents you from getting stagnant and it helps you to achieve things that are beyond your imagination. Take these two examples. We all know who he is. Nelson Mandela's strong commitment to ending apartheid in South Africa and his vision for a free and democratic South Africa helped him to endure 27 years of harsh imprisonment. And once he was released at the age of 71, he did not retire to a quiet life. He worked hard for his vision and became the first democratically elected president of South Africa, ending apartheid. Thank goodness. I was reading about apartheid and it was just so evil. Can't believe it even existed. And after he completed his presidential term, he didn't retire either. He continued working for peace and social justice in South Africa and across the world. Of course, we all know this one. Mother Teresa's reason to live was to help the unwanted, the unloved, and the uncared for. She started out caring for the sick and homeless in Calcutta, India. She did not stop there. She went on and founded the Missionaries of Charity, which spread throughout the world. She established a home for the dying. She created places for those with leprosy to get treated, where they could live and work. She created homes for abandoned children. She opened a hospice to those dying from AIDS and many more. Mother Teresa is someone who was quite accomplished, who didn't have to defy death or endure imprisonment. I think that having a strong reason to live was one of the key driving factors for her accomplishments. But wait, it gets better. Studies and research in various fields, including psychology, sociology, and mental health, found that having a reason to live have some great benefits. Would you like to know what those benefits are?
Yeah.
Right. Love your enthusiasm. Okay. Benefit number 1. Those who have a reason to live tend to experience better mental health outcomes. They're less likely to experience symptoms of depression and anxiety. Benefit number 2, longevity. Those who have a reason to live tend to live longer and healthier life. Think the blue zones. Benefit number 3, emotional resilience. People who have a reason to live tend to be more emotionally resilient. They can cope with stress, trauma, and adversity better. Who wants to be more emotionally resilient? I do. Benefit number 4, quality of life. Those who have a reason to live tend to be more satisfied with their lives. They experience greater happiness and have a more positive outlook. Physical health. Having a reason to live can help with better cardiovascular health, immune function, and overall well-being. Healthy lifestyle behaviors. Those who have a reason to live tend to have healthy behaviors such as exercise, eating healthy, and seeking preventative care. Benefit number 7, social connections. Those who have a reason to live have more significant and positive social relationships. They engage in pro-social behaviors and contribute to their communities. Sounds like this beautiful group of people here, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know it's true, so own it. Benefit number 8, coping with grief. People who have a reason to live can cope with grief and loss better. Because it provides a framework for finding meaning in difficult experiences. In my life experience and the work that I do, I believe that the pain of loss is the most painful experience of human life. My loving mother-in-law died of unresolved grief and a lack of a reason to live. So in my opinion, if there's anything that can help us to cope with grief and loss better, it's a life changer. It's a game changer. Oh. And lastly, benefit number 9, enhance well-being in older adults. Research suggests that older adults who have a reason to live tend to experience better psychological well-being and a higher quality of life as they age. So what do you guys think about these 9 benefits of having a reason to live?
Wow.
Very good.
Which one resonates with you the most? And who's ready to run to the market and get yourself a reason to live? The good news is a reason to live, it's already here. And in a moment, I will take us on a guided meditation for you to connect to your reason to live. But first, do you want to know what happened to the young Milton Erickson?
Yes.
So, the 17-year-old Erickson was sick and paralyzed from polio. And the doctor just told his mother in front of him that he was going to die before sunrise tomorrow.
Oh.
Pissed, the young Erickson, he was paralyzed, but he could hear, blink his eyes, and think. So he blinked his eyes to communicate to his mother to move the dresser away from the window, reposition his bed so he can look out the window and see the sunrise. Even though he was very sick, he kept himself awake all night looking out the window to see the sunrise. He saw the sunrise. His reason to live, to prove the doctor wrong and to see the sunrise in the morning. It gets even better. The same doctor came back to check on him and was surprised that he was still alive. Said, "You're lucky, but you're never going to walk in your life." Once again, Erickson proved the doctor wrong. He learned to walk on his own, going from completely paralyzed to walking without a cane in 2 years. You can see why he's my hero, right?
Yeah.
Besides being just the most incredible hypnotherapist and psychiatrist in the world,
Wow.
just an amazing human being. So here I was, feeling depressed, feeling too heavy to get up in the morning. My one reason to live that kept me getting up in the morning was my mission to heal and empower 1 billion people. I reminded myself that I have this mission and that there are people waiting for me in the future to show up. I also have clients on my calendar who are counting on me to help them to heal from their trauma. And I was not going to let them down. And this kept me getting out of bed every morning. This also drove me to seek the healing I needed so I can be my happy self again. And this one reason to live would keep me going strong until the natural completion of my life. Oh, sorry. I don't know how I did that. It is my belief that having a strong reason to live can drive a person to do the impossible and reach the impossible. like Dr. Milton Erickson and Nelson Mandela and countless other humans. So, you guys ready to connect to your reason to live by going on a guided meditation with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And it's okay if you choose not to. You don't have to. You can simply relax and go along. So, sit straight up and comfortable. And those of you who are tuning in through Zoom, or if you're watching this at a later time, please make sure you're in a safe place. No driving, no operating machinery. Safety's first, okay? So I want you to look up at your forehead and take a deep breath. On the exhale, close your eyes. Allow yourself to get comfortable. Loosen up your body. Just begin to relax. Focus on your breathing. That's right. Slow, deep breaths in and out from your belly. Allow your shoulders drop. Good. Feeling the softness of your facial muscles. Allow a beautiful smile to form. Relax your legs and your back. Let each breath relax your body more and more. More and more. And now, think of your reason to live. If you have one, think of why that is important to you. If you need help coming up with a reason to live, think of who is important to you or what is important to you. What you would like to accomplish or experience in your life. It could be being with a loved one, seeing natural wonders of the world, seeing a grandchild graduate from college, or seeing yourself accomplishing a meaningful goal. Trust your heart to guide you. And you can decide now what is truly important to you and what is worthy of your life. Focus on the energy of your reason to live. Notice the positive feeling you get from thinking about your reason to live. Feel its positive energy. Now put this positive energy into your heart. Notice how good this energy feels. And imagine yourself already living in your reason to live. Already in it and experiencing it. See it through your own eyes. See yourself experiencing your reason to live. What is it like? Notice what you see. Allow a picture or movie to form. See the picture or movie playing. And now what do you hear? It can be what people say, what you hear yourself saying, or even sound from the environment. Listen or imagine the sound. Now notice the feeling. How do you feel already living in your reason to live? Connect to that feeling in your heart. Now take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, expand that feeling to your whole body. Feeling that good feeling throughout your whole body. Feeling that good feeling all over your body. another deep breath in. And on the exhale, make it 10 times more powerful. That's right. 10 times more powerful. Take a moment to feel that 10 times feeling all over your body. Feel this good feeling all over your body. This is the feeling of your reason to live. Let it spill outside of your body, creating a beautiful bright aura or halo around you. Enjoy this feeling. And you will remember your reason to live each and every day. You will remember how great it feels, and this will help you to surpass every challenge. And it will help you to focus on living a great, meaningful life, helping you to achieve your goals and desires. Continue feeling that good feeling of your reason to live. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. And when you open your eyes, you'll be wide awake and fully alert. Wide awake and fully alert. Smiling, feeling great. Wide awake. Good job, everyone. Thank you for participating. How was that?
Good.
I'd love to hear your experience. If you choose to share, please find me during social hour. So, we'll come to a close. And in closing, remember that your reason to live is your extraordinarily powerful driving force and guiding light that will help you to get through the tough times. It will help you to achieve great things and have a meaningful life. It will drive your actions and keep you focused on what's important. So keep your reason to live close to your heart and use it to help you to live an extraordinary life. Thank you and many blessings.